The fourth chapter of Garten of Bamban is here and has brought us many new characters. Join me to create them with clay and learn more about each of them, so get comfortable and enjoy this video.
Welcome to the kingdom.
The game starts right after the previous one, which is when we use the elevator to go downstairs with a baby opila. The instruction we are given is to carry the baby opila, and quickly when we do it, the green door on the left opens and Tamataki and Shamataki start chasing us, so we must head to the hallway on the right and run away from it. This hallway is quite long, so we must not stop running. If we neglect, Tamataki will lead us. When we get to the end of the hallway, there will be a very narrow entrance, so Tamataki and Shamataki will not be able to enter. So for now, we are safe. The next thing to do is to use the baby opila to press two buttons on the floor. This will open the green door of that room. When we open that door, we will enter another room in which there will be two other buttons that we have to press to open another door, and we also have to use baby opila to do that task. Once we complete this task, another door will open. When we enter, we will find a long and dark hallway, but also with a table on which there is a tool. As we approach the table, someone will hit us from behind and knock us out, and this mysterious character will start dragging us down the long, dark hallway. When we wake up, we will be in a dark room, sitting on a chair, with a table in front of us. On it, there will be two buttons. Quickly, we will hear a mysterious voice that tells us, "Listen up, criminal. That whole act of you being unconscious won't work on me. You're a prisoner now. You'll do what you're told, without any questions. Understood?" Then, this character explains that he will ask you some questions, and the buttons on the table will be used to answer. The button on the left to answer no, and the button on the right to answer yes. Once we answer all his questions, he tells us to grab our belongings and leave the room. When the lights come on, we realize that the mysterious character is the Sheriff TOADSTER and tells us to follow him. The sheriff will take us to the kingdom, and once we arrive, he will welcome us. He will also tell us something important, and that is that we must first talk to the queen, and we must show respect. He will take us directly to Queen BOUNCELIA, and she will give us the task of finding, together with the sheriff, the missing parts to make the elevator work. So, the sheriff tells us to go to the station to look for these parts. Upon arrival, he mentions that the three parts of the elevator are spread over three stations that we can reach using an ancient transport system, and sends us to look for several tickets to use this transport. When we find the 6 tickets, we will be able to use the transport, in which the baby opila, the sheriff, and Mr. Bamban will also get on. We will arrive at the ventilation sector, and there we will find a letter that mentions the following: "We just receive instructions to abandon our work being done on case 9. We will happily oblige, as we do not suspect that case 9's behavior will change. The LLTT has been contacted." But to keep these reports up to date, we have included evidence that case 9 is indeed able to hold himself back from arresting and imprisoning, often fatally, whoever he deems a filthy criminal. He just chooses not to. Case 9 only considers following orders of what he has called his citizens. While it remains unknown who he considers his citizens, it has been theorized that it is Bamban's gang's members. He seemed to at least listen to the order of case 6 when they were both placed in the same room, refer to recording 134 for the full transcript of the interaction. While case 9 had to be exited out of the room before he was instructed by case 6 to do something dangerous, it was the first time case 9 displayed obedient behavior in months. Case is permanently not ready for presentation. Next, we will use the drone to press a red button on top of a door. When we do this, a door will open. When we enter, the door will close immediately. The sheriff tells us to stay there. He will find a way to open it. But inside that room, we will find Bittergiggle, and he will start chasing us. Fortunately, the sheriff will open the door in time and save us. Then we will go to another room where there are many vents, but we must be careful because Nabnab can go out through one of them, so we will need the baby opila that will warn us if he is near. When we go through the vents carefully, we will get to a pink door. Inside that room, there will be a gear, which is the first piece for the elevator. And now, we will go to the elevator to place that gear. When we get there, we will find another letter that mentions the following. To say that the new approach to encapsulating Case 9 with his desired identity has backfired would be an understatement. Perhaps the amount of time of Case 9's schedule that was dedicated to watching Western media was too excessive. While Case 9 has fully embraced himself as Bamban's gang's protector, he has grown to believe that everyone that is not part of Bamban's gang is a criminal, including inanimate objects with human features, the facility's staff, and most likely children. It didn't help that last week was completely dedicated to how to properly catch, imprison, and interrogate criminals his size or larger. No staff member is safe near Case 9, and his methods are simply too violent for a human being to survive. Case 9 has become a real Western sheriff, where existing as one will ruin everything. Case is not ready for presentation.
I am Queen BOUNCELIA, the ruler of the kingdom.
Once we arrive at the kingdom, the Sheriff TOADSTER will take us to Queen BOUNCELIA. She introduces herself cordially and also introduces us the Sheriff. She also offers us an apology for the harsh reception and sends us to get the elevator parts. And on the left side of the Queen BOUNCELIA, there is a table. On it, there is a letter that mentions the following. As per management request, in pursuit of documenting the case's reaction, Case 14 has been informed that it will be moved to the lower levels and that the LLTT have been contacted. With the same calm and reasonable demeanor that Case 14 has had since the modified Givanim solution was applied to her system, she proceeded to ask about whether a similar stylized holding cell will be provided to her, where she was being moved, to which an affirmative answer was given. Afterwards, she proceeded to ask if the new place is where she would put her posh to use, and finally get to teach good children the importance of staying good and what happens to bad children, to which the present staff member said they were uncertain. The answer will now forever remain no. Case 14 was also informed that her scepter will be taken away for further research and then returned, as the case has the firm belief the scepter has magical powers. Case is not ready for presentation. When we find the first piece of the elevator, we have to go with Queen BOUNCELIA. When we arrive with her, she welcomes us back and wants to let us know how much she respects us for all we are doing to get our son back. Also, something important that she mentions to us is that she is proud to announce that we have officially become a citizen of the kingdom. We can stay as long as we want, even after we get our son back. She also mentions that a friend of ours showed up while we were looking for a part for the elevator. He was in very bad shape, so he stayed in the infirmary. That friend of ours is Bamban, who is sitting on a stretcher in the infirmary. When we get to him, he mentions to us that whatever happened or whatever he tried to do to us, it wasn't him, this referring to the last game when he transformed into a hellish beast. So, he wants to make it up to us and help us find the missing pieces. So, we have to go to the old transport system and Bamban will accompany us. He mentions to us that the next missing piece must be in the second station, the feeding sector. When we get there, we will go through several rooms, and in one of them, we will meet Nabnab. Nabnab will steal Mr. Kaboom Man, and Bamban will start chasing him. Once he catches up with him, Bamban will transform into his infernal form and fight with Nabnab. Bamban is the winner. When the fight is over, Bamban returns to his normal form. He's very weakened, but with that, he manages to get the second piece of the elevator. He mentions that he will stay there to rest, and we have to go back to the elevator. When we place the second piece, now we have to go back to Queen BOUNCELIA. When we get to her, she will tell us that even if we find the children, we should keep visiting her from time to time, and she will tell us that it has been a long time since they had a visitor who doesn't try to harm them, and finally, she will tell us that more of friends have arrived. Now we have to go to the employee exercise sector. There we will find a letter that mentions the following. Case 14 was moved to her new dwelling this morning, to which she expressed satisfaction but natural nervousness. As per management request, further research on the phenomenon of Case 14's pouch was conducted, and while the research has provided invaluable observations, very little, in terms of explanation, can be confirmed. It appears that Annie and Algivanium grown bodies experience a lot of difficulty leaving the pouch once inside, and especially more so if Case 14 chooses to hold the pouch shut. Reflexes appear to lose in Case 14's ability of to hold the pouch shut at will. The reason for Annie Case's inability to leave the pouch has been theorized to be the result of some sort of attraction between Givanium particles when they are within very close proximity, such as a body being within the interior of a pouch. The case is permanently not ready for presentation. Also, in one of the rooms of this sector, we will find the last piece of the elevator, but now everything is out of control, and Bittergiggle is together with Queen BOUNCELIA, and he must not make her laugh, otherwise all chaos will break out. So Bittergiggle tells her a joke, but Queen BOUNCELIA says it was terrible. Seconds later, BOUNCELIA starts laughing very hard, and a violet ray comes out of her pouch. The sheriff arrives and tells us that we have to run, that the whole floor is going to fall down, so we have to go quickly to the elevator. When we get there, we will find Stranger Flynn, and the sheriff will tell us that we have to go downstairs to find the Queen's scepter, which is the only thing that can stop all this madness. This has been all for the moment. I hope you like Sheriff TOADSTER and Queen BOUNCELIA made of clay. If you want me to make the other characters from the 4th chapter, let me know in the comments. Also, I invite you to subscribe and leave your like. With this, you support me a lot. Greetings, take care, and see you in the next video.